All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Vibes Alive Radio Show podcast. It's 420. It's a special day for many people. I find it to be pretty special because I am joined by the one and only RAS-1, the Legacy, California, Long Beach, Sublime family, Long Beach Dub family, your own Legacy family. Welcome to the show, man. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here and to keep on blessing us with some new jams.
Well, thank you for having me. It's good to
Yeah,
be
it's
here.
my pleasure. I was just starting to tell you in the beginning that right when we first connected, I had met you what is probably about 22 years ago, sometime around the same time as now, when you were with Long Beach Dub All Stars playing in Tucson,
Yeah.
and it's amazing, but not surprising that the music and that sound and that vibe is going to stand the test of time. And, there's very few people that were, I think, a part of that original family, that original Sublime family, that extended family, the ones that carried on that name immediately when it kind of needed to be carried on, so to speak. Right. Um, Tell me a little bit about that, like picking up the reins, because that's, I guess I'd love to always talk about kind of where you started. So that's where I was introduced to you, was through the Long Beach Dub channels.
Yeah.
But like, if we can start kind of at that point,
Yeah.
tell me about
So,
being a part of that legacy, man.
yeah. Well, I used to go see Sublime at backyard parties like every weekend in Long Beach, and I was totally like taken with the fact that three white dudes could play reggae, and they were like my age too, and like they were kicking ass. I mean, they were really good. I can't say ass, right? But anyways, they would do Bad Brains covers. They would do Minor Threat covers. They would do like their own songs. They would do like Descendant songs, and they would do reggae. And it was the shit. It was. Can I cuss?
Yeah, you can cuss all you want.
Okay,
Yep.
cool, cool. Because I was thinking that this was radio, and I didn't want to get you in
No,
trouble.
see, this is why I do the podcast, because the radio is the radio, but we can take
Yeah.
what we want, and have that conversation now. So I don't ever want you to feel censored or whatever. Like,
Okay.
obviously, I don't think we got kids tuning in. Mine could be, but I doubt it.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, yeah, but so I started a band called Jaw Children right after with my best friends from North Long Beach after we saw Sublime the first time, and like the next day we got together. We were like, we're gonna make a reggae band, and it was like a bunch of dudes that we were all diversity big time. It was black, Mexican, Asian, white. Everybody's in this band, and it was really cool. And we started this band, and then and I was also later on. It was in a band called All Day. It was a punk rock band from Long Beach, also Long Beach All Day, and I was hanging out with Sublime because I started getting tattooed by Opie, and we lived together, and so they were getting their tattoos at my house. Like that's my front yard with the on the cover of Sublime self-titled, where he got his back tattooed,
Yeah, yeah.
and so it was really screwed when Brad passed away, and it was like really bad, like. And so it was like I thought it was like the end of an era, and um, about 7 months later, 6 months later, after Brad passed, uh, I was told that Eric and Bud wanted to play music with me because I play reggae and I play punk rock,
Hmm.
and I had already quit the other reggae band, and so I was like, sure, why not? Sounds great.
Yeah.
And so we did a couple of practices, a few practices, just me and Eric and Bud, and it was legit, And then all the rest of the guys came and to join the band too, and then we started the Dub All Stars.
That's amazing. I mean, and from there, it seems like it's been a constant evolution, and a constant rotation of players, within the bands and whatnot. And to see, as we're saying, like 20 plus years later, 30 years later, to see that it's still in a creation
Oh yeah,
process.
you see great bands like Denim.
Yeah.
He's bad. He's a friend of mine, and he's really good.
Yeah.
And Stick Figure,
Yeah.
Slightly Stupid, of course. They're
Sure.
from way back before Dub All Stars. Slightly Stupid was already a band,
Yeah.
and uh, you know, uh, I have like I could go on and on, like all these bands from California that are doing reggae, and also there's bands from Arizona, and I've always had
Yep.
love for Arizona too. You guys have always been cool with me. Scottsdale, we played there all the time. Uh, University of Arizona. Uh,
Yep.
but yeah, the since Sublime, like they inspired me, and then we kept going with Dub All Stars, and I think that might have even been more helping branch out to all these other bands.
So tell me this, like, being from Long Beach, I was fortunate enough to live out there for a couple years and I really enjoyed it. But the music that comes from Southern California, you got this new single out, California Radio, you got a self-titled album coming out.
Yeah.
Um, let's talk about what it's kind of a big question, but at the same time, I think it's something you could articulate. What is it that being from Long Beach brings out in the music? Like, what is it, because you are in the geographical location you're in, that you bring this energy to that sound?
Well, I think it's because Long Beach is a very diverse city. We have got so much culture here, and it's like it's not as like whitewashed or pasteurized as Orange County,
Right.
or and we've always had Bob Marley Day here every year, and it's there. You'll go to, like, when we would play parties in Got Children, there'd be like Crips, Cholos, hip hop people, reggae people, punk rockers, everybody all at the show. You know what I mean? And that's how it's always been. There's a lot of street knowledge too here. It's like, and being from the streets over here, you come across all types of people. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, it seems like to me, music is, yeah, everyone says it's a universal language, and it truly is, because when you can bring people from all these different backgrounds together because they hear something that they all can vibe to, it doesn't really speak to one thing or another. I know, and I mean,
yeah.
politics still are a hot button with a lot of people, but you never knew who you were standing in the room next to about what they believed. You didn't really care, right? It's like, I don't really fucking care if you
No,
like
as
this guy
long
or
as it,
support this guy, as long as we're vibing and having a time.
yeah, everybody be smoking and
Yeah,
drinking and having a
yeah,
good time, man. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It didn't
absolutely.
matter where you were from, or if you bang or not. You know what I mean? It was like just everyone being cool, listening to music, vibing out.
100%. So, as you've continued to write music and evolve yourself as an artist, you've come back out. You've been working with let's see, I just had it pulled up. I had all the things here pulled up, but it is, damn it, Jungle Josh. There we go. So you've been working with Jungle Josh on this last album, and
Yes.
let's talk about that. So have you ever pressed your own album? Is this the first full length for you as an
This
artist,
is my
solo?
first full length. Well, this is an EP actually.
Okay,
I'm coming out with a full length later. This is a 5-song EP, and it is my first solo album.
that's cool. That's great.
Yeah,
How's that feel
me and
after all this
Josh did.
time?
Me and Josh did together. We brought in some other musicians to do little bits here and there, like some horns, and some scratching and some backup vocals on this one track, and yeah, mostly just me and Josh though.
That's awesome. That's great. I mean, to be able to put something out under your own name at this point, as an evolution of all the things that you've done and experienced, that's pretty fantastic. That's got to be a good feeling.
Oh yeah, it is, especially because I've been through a lot of health problems. Like I was in 2 comas, and I had to learn how to walk again. I couldn't feed myself. I was in a diaper for months. You know what I mean? Like, And so now to feel good and to be sober and to just love life and play music is it's a dream come true. You know what I mean? It's like a second chance at life. You know. And I think
Right.
that this music is actually like some of the best music I've ever made.
Well, there you go. I mean, if you can, that's the best endorsement you can give right there or here. If you can feel it yourself and know that in your heart that that's the best you can put out, then that in itself is pretty fucking amazing. So right
Yeah.
on, dude. Good job. I
Thank,
mean, I think it it's everybody experiences life differently and their health differently and their physical nature and all these things, spiritual nature, all these things that come over you in the evolution of time. And you take it for granted when it gets, something gets taken away. And I think to be able to get another chance, to be given multiple chances, but then to not just kind of like, oh yeah, that happened and it went away, but to take it and do something with it and to go as far as to, put your stamp on it, put your name on it and create music and messages from that experience and be able to just have that forever because that music lives forever. That's always going to be there.
yeah.
That that is, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I just love music and making music and the evolution of music because that piece is just so many years tied up into what 5 tracks, right? It's just
Yeah.
to make
Yeah.
that happen. That's great.
And I've got 7 other tracks that I'm gonna put out with the. I'm gonna do this one, and then I'm gonna add 7 tracks and put out a full length in a
Awesome.
few months. Yeah, they're
Very
already
cool.
they're already in the making.
Right on. Well, we got some people that tuned in, so just quick shout out, Craig McKnight. How you doing? Muffin but good vibes, doing a lot of great things for the community, music at large. I really appreciate him. Jarrett Orr, the man, he's awesome.
Hey,
And
Jarrett, what's
Fayuka,
happening?
we always got to shout out Fayuka. Why not?
Hey, Fayuka, what's
All
happening,
right.
guys? I was gonna
See,
mention those guys earlier.
yeah, Arizona, man. That's what I call this place. I call it Arizona. And Gabo, I think is one of those flagship artists that just takes this place to a new level. Wherever he goes, people know he's from Arizona. He's an Arizona guy. He's that guy. He's the Fayuca guy. He's just like the representation of us every which way. And I fucking love it. I love the sound. English and Spanish and the jazz and the fusion and the ska and the rock and the punk is like, yes. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and I'm down with his horn player too, man. The dude's cool as hell.
Pritchard, yeah. Pritchard's
Yeah,
awesome. Yes.
yeah, he's a cool dude.
Yes. Very talented. And his former horn player, Danny T, is a producer out here and he's starting to do his solo stuff. He's playing with Badfish now on the horns and keys and doing a bunch of stuff. And another
Oh,
Arizona.
that
Yeah.
dude's crazy.
He's fucking awesome.
He
And
has a
he's a
man bun and wearing Crocs on stage. When I played with him, I was like, man, Brad would be rolling over in his graves with this guy wearing Crocs and a man bun,
I mean,
singing
they
his
didn't.
songs.
I mean, they didn't have him
But
back in
hey,
the day.
they
You
got to
never
let the
know.
freak flag fly, right?
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. He's great. No,
Yeah,
I love
he's
it.
very talented.
Yeah. Super talented. And it's cool that, again, like this scene is so damn small when it feels so big, so many circles running together all the time.
For
Which is
sure.
pretty interesting. So I was fortunate enough to come across your new single, California Radio, just the other day, maybe 2 weeks ago, and we played it. And I was singing along with Vibes Alive Radio because I felt like we can make it, a whole thing for everybody. But you're kind enough to play a track for us. I don't know if that's a track you're going to play,
Yeah, I'll
but
play that track for you.
all right, let's do it, man. Appreciate
All
it.
right. All right. This is California Radio by RAS-1. Your style says a lot of things. The way you walk, the way you talk, make me wanna sing. And you know I'm gonna give it to you, just like so many times before. This North Town, Long Beach, white boy ragamuffin got so much love in store, so take it out. When this music hits you, you know you feel the pain. When I give it to you, you know I can't complain. Give the rhythm, now you know it's got soul. Same old song that you loved to hear before. I heard them all on my California radio. Heard them all on my California radio. Yeah, the rhythm and you know it's got soul. Same old song that you loved here before. I heard them all on my California radio. Heard them all on my California radio. Don't touch my radio. Don't touch my radio. Half pint, too short to Led Zeppelin. Fishbone, Bad Brains to Willie Nelson. They got me walking up the stairway to heaven. They make me wiggle and jiggle like gelatin. He can mouth Black Flag to King Yellow. Snoop Dogg down to Ronnie James Dio. I heard them all on my California radio. Heard them all on my California radio. When this music hits you, we know you feel the pain. And when I give it to you, we know I can't complain. Yeah, the rhythm man, you know it's got soul. Same old song that you loved here before. I heard them all on my California radio. Heard them all on my California radio. Yeah, the rhythm man, you know it's got soul. Same old song that you loved here before. I heard them all on my Arizona radio. Heard them all on my Arizona radio. When this music hits you, we know you feel the pain. I heard them all on my California radio. Heard them all on my California radio. When this music hits you, we know you feel the pain. Heard them all on my California radio. Heard them all on my California radio. Don't touch my radio. Oh, don't touch my radio. No, 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 don't touch my radio. Don't touch my radio. California radio.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, RAS-1 on the Vibes Alive Radio Show podcast. Man, he's out. That's it. Well, I really super appreciate you being here on the show, being a part of this, and just being an awesome member of this community. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the impromptu 420 absolute special for the Vibes Alive Radio Show podcast with Mr. RAS-1. I thank you again for joining us. And until next time, y'all, much love. And be sure to tune in to the Saturday Sesh every Saturday, 10 a.m. on 93.9 KWSS. Peace.